Hi, my name is Larry Newman. I'm a DWI defense attorney located in upstate New York. We handle the Finger Lakes region of New York State. Today I want to talk to you about whether New York State misdemeanor probation get transferred to another state. You know, for all the years that I'm in practice, it's only this year that I've ever seen a misdemeanor probation case ever even being attempted to get transferred to another state. But there's new state laws, and there's a new interstate compact, and there's new rules, and there's stuff that's happening all the time. So, you know, in the past we used to have people, and I say, well, it's impossible for them to place you in probation because you're from Pennsylvania, or you're from Florida, you're from this, and it's just a misdemeanor, so they don't transfer misdemeanor probation. Well, that's what I used to tell people. And this year it changed because they took somebody that had an old DUI from another state that wasn't even a conviction. See here, so think about this for just a second. Even if there was not a conviction in the state, if you had a prior DUI that shows up on your history, because it's going to show up on your Department of Motor Vehicle history, they're going to potentially use that against you, and they're going to see if they can request that the probation gets transferred back to a home state, the state that you live in, the state that you reside in. So there's two types of transfers of misdemeanor probation. One is called mandatory and one is called discretionary. So what's mandatory? Mandatory is if you had a conviction for a prior DUI or prior DWI or whatever DW in another state. It could have been an OUI or an OWI. Remember, you know, we have all these acronyms. Operating under the influence, operating while intoxicated, could have been from Wisconsin or Chicago, you know, someplace else. But it might have been expunged, or it might have been, as Florida does, they do a thing called withholding adjudication. So you didn't have a conviction. So in those particular cases, New York State can make a request, and it's discretionary at that point. They make a request of the other state to accept probation. So they make a request of that other state and say, please, this person, because of their prior history and now their current history, having a new one in New York State, has more than one on their history, we'd like you to accept their probation. Or it could be mandatory. And mandatory under the compact states that if they had a prior conviction for a DUI, it doesn't matter how long it's been, even if it's been 10 years, 15 years, 20 years ago, they can say, based on having a prior conviction and having this new conviction in New York State, we are making a mandatory transfer of misdemeanor probation. And remember, misdemeanor probation in New York State could be 2 years or 3 years of time, but generally speaking, most judges, most prosecutors want 3 years of misdemeanor probation. So yes, the new answer is they can, in fact, transfer even misdemeanor probation when in the past they'd only transfer felony probation because felonies were all around, was a much higher level of crime. But now we're having transfers of even misdemeanor probation on DWI cases. If you have questions about your DWI case in upstate New York, you'd either give us a call, shoot us an email, or fill out the form on our website. Be more than happy to discuss it with you. And thanks for watching this video.